Climate change has become the top priority of most international agendas. A large part of this is due to the efforts of the European Union. In their rise to become a global leader in the fight against climate change, the EU has helped set the green agenda around the world. One of the most important documents to shape this has been the Green Deal. The European Green Deal has now become the umbrella where many proposals are grouped under. Climate now is involved in almost every single discussion when it comes to legislation and the European Union. The Green Deal, originally proposed in 2019 by the Commission, has all of the 27 member states committed to making Europe the first climate-neutral continent by 2050. It has recently taken upon itself to adopt a Fit for 55 package. This means a 55% reduction of emissions by 2030. Yet the Green Deal isn't just a set of proposed emission reductions, but a whole-of-society approach to the climate transition, incorporating the legislative process with climate ambition. But with great power comes great responsibility. And with great responsibility comes great debate. Two ongoing debates in Europe are surrounding climate-skeptic countries and energy poverty. Climate-skeptic countries are all over the globe. So what does that mean for the EU and their efforts? It is often argued that if Europe aggressively combats climate change, but China, for example, does not, then is it not just a drop in the bucket? But one does not need to look so far as China, but can find the United States as an example of a tougher climate partner for the EU. If the US does not set prices on carbon, in line with Europe's carbon border adjustment mechanism, this will have effects on issues such as carbon leakage, where emissions will increase outside of the EU and stall progress on combating climate change. The reality is that if countries like China and the United States don't follow suit with the EU's initiatives, then it is problematic. But that does not mean that the EU is unable to lead by example. A great way to illustrate the importance of making climate change a legislative priority is to prove to these countries the cost of inaction. The financial sector, for example, has started to stress test banks to show the effects of disastrous climate change-related phenomena on our markets. The Network for Greening the Financial System is a group of over 60 central banks that has developed various scenarios aiming to mobilize the transition to a more sustainable economy. These numbers developed by various sectors showing how drastic the impact would be on various communities will help mobilize a reaction into action. In a report released by the National Resources Defense Council, their research concluded that the cost of inaction when it came to air pollution in the United States would far exceed $800 billion per year. Doing nothing will impact everything. With regard to energy poverty, with the renovation wave proposed in the Green Deal, the priority of sustainable construction has been placed on the agenda. But many are concerned that there will be those left behind, especially in Central and Southeastern Europe. To put it into perspective, in Bulgaria, a third of people are unable to keep their homes warm, this being compared to the EU average of 7%. If new building construction does not take into account those that are already suffering, this will not be a just transition. Frans Timmermans, the Vice President of the European Commission, has stated that the transition will happen in a fair way or it will not happen. One of the larger ambitions in funding the Green Deal is the Just Transition Mechanism, which allocates 65 to 75 billion euros over the period of 2021 to 2027 towards the regions that are most affected by the transition to a greener Europe. This is meant to ensure that no one gets left behind and facilitates a greener economy. The EU and the development of the Green Deal is an ever-evolving process, but one that should be used as a norm maker in a new world where we must decide that climate is at the top of our agenda before the agenda is decided for us. Because either way, climate change will need to be tackled.